Yes, villagers, there is a way that you need to pay your bills during Corona season. We're going to give you 4 ways for you to stretch your dollars. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our village. If you're a returning villager, welcome as well. So, let's get into it.
Welcome to Garden of the Mind, where we reduce stress, improve our health and fitness, and improve our financial IQ every episode.
COVID has brought up so much uncertainty. We don't know exactly how long it's going to last. We don't know whether we should store food or not store food. We don't know a whole lot of anything. But what we do know is we do want to make sure that we are there at the end of it. So we want to make sure we endure to the end. So the race doesn't go to the swift or the strong, but the one who endures to the end. We're going to give you some tips to help you hold out as long as you possibly can. Tip number 1, find out how much your current lifestyle is. How much cash do you have? How much cash is coming in? What expenses do you have? Sounds to me like it's time for a budget. Now, it's important for you to do a budget every few months because things change, and there is no bigger change right now than this coronavirus. So now your entertainment budget should have shrunk. Your food budget should have increased. Maybe your electricity has increased. If you're washing your hands like you're supposed to, if you're paying for water, that may also have increased. All of these things have to be factored into something that you can absolutely see. So for a lot of people, the dollar is short, but the days are long. So we got to make sure that you have enough that you need in order for you to survive this whole pandemic. Tip number 2, find the leaks inside your budget. There's always places in your budget that you didn't realize were hemorrhaging money. There are always places where money is just going and you don't even know how it got there or how it left. One such place is your credit cards. If you check your credit card statements, you'll see that sometimes you forgot to cancel something by the end of the deadline and they're continuing to charge you. That's a place where you can stop and save money. Now, some people are not driving like they used to. So you might be able to call your auto insurance carrier and let them know about the decrease in driving that you're doing and see if you can get a discount for that. Review your automatic billing system and see where money is being pulled. Do you still have a gym membership for a gym that you can't go to? All of these are places that you can find some extra money that you can gear towards some essential things. Tip number 3, contact everyone that you have an account with and see exactly who is flexible with payments. That can also help you to determine a priority of who you need to pay. Obviously, rent should always be number 1. Maybe car after that. You have to determine your own priorities based on what it is that your lifestyle dictates. Now, some people are robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is not to rob anybody. It is to help you to establish when you are going to pay Paul. So once you see exactly how flexible your creditors are, then that may help you to establish a priority. So you might not pay Paul immediately. You might want to put him to the 5th position. Now, once again, this is not to say that you're not going to pay a creditor, but some creditors allow you to double and triple up on your payments at another point in time, which may free up your money right now. Tip number 4, focus in on survival. Think about all of the things that you need in order for you to survive. And at that, number 1 should be food. How much is your food bill increasing now that everybody is in the house? Now, I've taken an informal survey and found that most people at this point, around me at least, are paying up to $1,200 in food alone. I don't know whether that's your situation. You might be spending more, you might be spending less, but there's going to be an increase in the amount of food that's consumed because now we're consuming all of our meals at home. You need to factor in all of the essential things for you to continue your lifestyle. If you are still going to work, if you happen to be one of our COVID heroes, thank you so much, and you still have to drive, figure out what the transportation costs are. Figure out how much car insurance is, or whatever transportation you are taking at this time. That absolutely has to be essential because that puts the food on the table. Now, rent or mortgage should absolutely be a second or third priority. Now, if you have your mortgage or you're renting from a big corporation, they may be able to defer some of your payments for a later time. If you're renting from a small business or a mom and pop operation, understand that they are going through it just as difficult as you are. So if there's any way for you to assure that they get their rent, that would be best. Bonus tip. Now, usually I don't recommend that people use their credit cards if you can't pay the entire balance off in full. However, if there is ever an exception to be made, it's right now. Remember, the object for you is to see the end of COVID. So if that means you might have to juggle some things or you might have to keep a balance on your credit cards, then so be it. We're going to make sure we see the end of this. Now, if there were some tips that I might have left out, please put that in the comments so that the village gets a chance to benefit from all of this great information that you'll be providing. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you want to know when I post, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, please click on that notification bell so you'll be one of the first people to know exactly what it is that we discussed here. And remember, thoughts are actions, words have power, and actions have consequences. I'll see you for our Fit Fridays where we'll be talking about healthy snacks. See you then.